this is my first unboxing video ever, and I've been waiting for a year and a half at least for it. My very good friend Giles Clement, who is just incredibly creative and artistic, is a photographer, and he was working on his own cameras, rebuilding old cameras, building new cameras, and somehow he got involved in working on old watches. And then he thought, as one does, gosh, I should be able to make my own watch. But he didn't have any tools. So first he had to build all the tools. So he built a CNC machine, computer mill that mills the metal into the parts. Now he bought super high-end Swiss internal workings, but he had to build all the rest of the watch around it. He had to come up with a design. And so he started working with that, and then he realized that he's got really fine parts, and then he's got the big bulky parts, and he needed two CNC machines, so he had to build another one. So all this took a while, and so that's why it's been a year and a half. And he's done a run of 9 watches for the first version. And so here we go. Dear Paul, it took me a few years longer than expected, but I finally pulled it off. Wow. Done on an old typewriter machine that I'm sure he also refurbished. You would never guess that there was anything interesting in here, right? Wow. Because of course, one builds a watch and one cannot just send it in any old box. One must also make a wooden container with inlay and this beautiful CD for Clement Design on the top. I'm not going to use that knife to wedge this apart. Oh, there it is. And we'll start with this. Made with pathological stubbornness in Brooklyn, New York. Clement Design Studio Prototype V1, number 2 of 9. There we go. Well, got my finger underneath it. And there it is. Just look at that. So it's everything that you see, the dial, the hands, the case itself, this knurled knob, a little CD emblem there on the end of the knurled knob, the pins on the back. You can actually see the internal workings of the watch. And even this C-ring to seal it, he made that. That's just insane. It is tested to 20 meters, so as the tolerances are so tight that you can take this down 20 meters underwater and it will not leak. And there it is. Fantastic. Thank you, Giles. Amazing. Can't wait for the next version. If anybody's interested, contact me. I'll hook you up with the most custom-made, best story watch you've ever had.